But remember, you're very insecure in these areas that you have the problems in. You're insecure in relationships. That's why you settle for less. And that's what you will always receive, less than what you deserve. You're insecure about your finances because you never have enough, because you don't think you deserve more than what you have. And so you attract situations that keep you right at the bare minimum. You don't think you deserve to have a healthy body. That's why you continuously buy foods and eat foods that aren't good for you and justify it by saying it's cheaper and it's easier and I don't have time to cook. Until you decide that these things are non-negotiables in your life and you're ready to release the insecurities around these things, they cannot change. Baby, they cannot change. I remember there was a particular week where I got paid 3 residual checks from a TV show that I had done. And I was like, oh yay, residuals, opened it up, saw the amount. And then simultaneously, I also picked up another piece of mail that was a ticket for the exact amount that the 3 residual checks had added up to. That was a season in my life where I was like, yo, what's up? I can't get ahead, you know? I was always just right here. And I was at a season in my life where I felt like I deserved more. I felt like it, but I wasn't making the necessary changes to make it really happen. So we have to have action behind the feeling. We can feel it and we can want it, but we have to get up and do it. You know, sometimes I think we do give the devil a little bit too much credit whenever things aren't going our way in life. We're like, the devil's in the details. It's like, okay, yeah, I can see how that works, right? Because let's think about this. A lot of times when you're gaining ground in an environment or an area of your life that you typically don't do well in, or an area of your life that you've been struggling with your entire life, anytime you start to see a little bit of progress in that area, he comes in and rips the rug from right up under you, right? That is why a lot of believers of Christ, I'm a believer, if you're watching this channel, you should know that. When that happens, it is imperative we realize that he only attacks your self-confidence in particular areas of your life because he knows those are your weak spots. The devil knows. He knows that in the area of finances, you are reckless. And the minute you start getting a hold of that, he finds a way to tempt you, or he finds a way to pull it from up under you by giving you something unexpected to deal with. And that is the hardcore, cold truth. When that happens continuously, we become downtrodden. We get right back to the cycle that we always go back to of the narrative we've been telling ourselves of I never have money, I never have this, I never have that, because it seems that that is the truth. He attacks your self-confidence in particular areas of your life. So you need to stop and think to yourself, what areas of my life have I not been growing in? What has been tough for me? Because this is going to be the first step in your growth in that area. We have to say to ourselves, well, typically in health and wellness, I got a little bit of a hold on that. I don't really see too much temptation to fall off in that arena. Relationships, I do tend to fall in love, and then maybe a month or so in, something in my mind says, I don't deserve this, and then something happens. That is us, once again, self-sabotage with our mindset, but also because the devil knows you come from an environment where that has always been the case, and that is all you know is dysfunctional relationships. He knows that's an area that he can attack with you, and you will continuously have trouble in that area. It is our job as believers to always know that God's going to be in the details. Just like we say the devil's in the details, God is in the details. He knows where your soft spots are too. It's our job to have faith and believe that no matter what the circumstances is that are in front of us, that he has a way for us to win no matter what. No matter how many times you feel like you've fallen on your face financially, you're still here, right? You still have a roof over your head, right? Maybe it's not ideal, maybe it's not your dream house yet, but you're covered. You're covered. Your faith keeps you covered. It's imperative that during a time in your life when you're chasing your dreams and you're going for things and you're trying to excel in life, but you always feel like you're starting back from square one all of the time in particular areas of your life, it's time to step back and say, what do I need to be doing differently? What do I need to be saying differently? And what do I need to be thinking differently? Pam, is that going to stop the attacks? No, it's not going to stop the attacks, but it's going to stop the way you handle the attacks. There was a season in my life where financially there was always something going wrong. No matter how hard I worked, I couldn't get past here. I would get about right here and then something would happen and bring me right back here. And no matter how hard I worked, it didn't matter. I always stayed here. And I kept saying, God, why is that? Why is that? Why can't I get past this? I have a goal to make this and I keep making this. And it was my thinking that had to change. My negative self-talk always told me you only are allowed to have this. And because of my thinking, I always attracted situations that brought me right to here and then right back down to this. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Think about your weight loss journey or your relationships. Every time you get into your groove at the gym, someone has a birthday party. And because you haven't cultivated enough of a skill to be in an environment with other people to calm yourself down and not overeat or fall into another habit of taking a day off the next day after you ate and not going to the gym, and now it's 2 days you haven't gone to the gym and 3 days you haven't gone to the gym, it's because you haven't cultivated the skill of discipline in that area. And I know it's hard to hear that, but we all have an area of our lives that we need to cultivate the skill of discipline in that area. We need to spend 3 months on that area before we can move on to anything else, because sometimes certain things in our life will never get better until we give it a complete focus. We have to laser in on that problem. Otherwise, it will always be a thorn in your side. For me, when I was having my issue, it was that I was reaching here and then going back here, but sometimes it really was just my way of handling having more. You know, just because you make a little more doesn't mean you need to add a new purchase to your life. The extra should go somewhere smart. It should go into a savings. It should go somewhere smart or an investment that will accrue more money. Phoenix, I'm working. Hey, baby. And, you know, it was little stuff like that, and just, we don't need to get our nails and hair done this week, or we can wait on certain things that just don't matter right now, because what does matter is the longevity of the money and watching it grow. And for me, I had to start making myself have more of a budget and start making wiser choices as to what I was investing my money into. Once I created that habit and cultivated it and became more disciplined in it, I started to see myself change. I started to see my money change. Okay, now, is it perfect all the time? Absolutely not. But it's something that I know I have to hone in on. So what do you think you need to hone in on right now? Could it be that when you get a new job, does it always fall into a category of now you have too many cliquey friends at work and y'all are gossiping, and now you have created an environment for yourself at work where you're known as a gossiper, you're getting pulled in the office, and the story always remains the same with you at every single job? You need to learn to discipline yourself enough to not get too personal while you're at work. Maybe that's your sore spot. Maybe God knows that. Maybe the devil knows that when you get there, you're going to create friendships and gossip, and sometimes you fall into the wrong crowd, and now you're no longer on the path to elevation. You're on a path to destruction. That could be your job pattern. What are these negative patterns that you continuously see pop up in your life that are hindering you from success in that area? Attacks on certain areas of your life may happen for years until you decide it's time for a change. You think God can't just change your life just like that and elevate you just like that? You have to decide that it is time. You are tired and you're willing to be a participant in the partnership with Him to make that happen. But until then, nothing's going to happen. It's like the people who win the lottery and go broke. They got the money that they've always said they wanted, but they had no plan for it. So what is the plan you have for that area of your life that you are seeing constant destruction, constant anxiety in, and also stagnancy? Changing your life has to begin with you, and you have to get so tired of what it looks like right now in order for you to start. 9 times out of 10, it's the idea of the pain that comes along with change that makes us never start. But remember, you're very insecure in these areas that you have the problems in. You're insecure in relationships. That's why you settle for less, and that's what you always receive, less than what you deserve. You're insecure about your finances is because you never have enough, because you don't think you deserve more than what you have. And so you attract situations that keep you right at the bare minimum. You don't think you deserve to have a healthy body. That's why you continuously buy foods and eat foods that aren't good for you and justify it by saying it's cheaper and it's easier and I don't have time to cook. Until you decide that these things are non-negotiables in your life and you're ready to release the insecurities around these things, they cannot change. Baby, they cannot change. We have to come to the point where we're sick of ourselves. Everything I've ever changed in my life, it was when I got sick of myself. When I got sick of hearing myself complain about the same things over and over and over again. That's when I changed. Remember, at the end of the day, this is your life. You make the decisions, right? God's going to come in and swoop in and, of course, be your partner. He is here to help you. He's here to guide you. You have to be open to it and you have to listen for it. And you have to take action when you hear what he's saying to you and see what he is showing you. It's not easy, but it's a season of your life right now where maybe you are stagnant in an area and you know that one area is the area that will increase your life. It'll increase the way you show up every day. It'll increase the way your world looks. It will increase the way your world looks if you change this one thing and to change the way you go about fixing it and change the way you think about it. It's worth it. It's worth it to go ahead and start. As a life coach, I love speaking to people like you who are ready to make a change for real this time. And you need someone to just help you map it out, talk to you about it, let you talk, and we figure out a game plan and I hold you accountable because sometimes you just need to have that. My plan that I have right now is called Reinvent Your Life with Pam. It's a 12-week program. We work one-on-one together and we chat about what it is you want. Of course, your past does play a big part into who you are today. But we use that as your hero story instead of your sad story you tell yourself to keep yourself debilitated. No more for that. Our scars are our beauty marks, and we're going to start walking like that is the case. So if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, my website is www.pamelathebeauty.com, or you can email me directly at beautymarkcoaching@gmail.com. And I will see you next time, beauty marks. Bye.